Today's guide is about how to use the Wokwi platform, and we'll be doing this to understand what is Wokwi and how can you be able to develop a very simple project, for example an LED that is connected to your microcontroller that is able to blink. So we'll be developing a blinking LED. I hope you'll enjoy this. Well, for a start, Wokwi is a platform that is used to simulate a microcontroller. Just like the way we have Arduino, and just take you to Arduino. So this is the Arduino platform that helps you to develop your IoT solutions, and all you have to do is buy an Arduino kit to facilitate that process. So Wokwi does the same. Instead of you acquiring a physical kit, you can use a virtual simulation to be able to develop your solutions or to simulate those solutions before you can actually be able to put them into real practice. So for this case, we are going to use Wokwi. And for you to use Wokwi, you will need to sign up, have an account, so that the projects that you develop, you can be able to save them for future use. So I'm going to go into sign up. If you have already created an account, of course you can still sign in. So I already have an account, but you don't, then you can utilize any of these methods by using your Gmail account or your GitHub account or your email account. So to go with Gmail, and yes, so there we are. And you'll note one thing on the Wokwi platform, you have these various microcontrollers that you can simulate your IoT solutions with. So you have the Arduino, which is developed by Arduino. You have ESP, you have STM, and you also have PyPyCon. And the good thing with it is that you can even integrate your Wokwi code within your editor. So if you're a programmer and you normally use VS Code, you can still use Wokwi on VS Code. Otherwise, you can also still use a JetBrains editor. So, apart from that, before we start off, I also like to show you something else. So you have this documentation here, and I'm going to open it. And the documentation gives you a thorough explanation and discussion about the various components that you can be able to work on with Wokwi. So the first thing, welcome on Wokwi. You're going to find some examples to help you out in understanding what you need to do. And this video will actually help us in understanding all that. So we can pick the first case, hello world. And that takes us to this page or this project that has been developed by someone else just to help out. And as you can see, you have an LED crystal or an LCD. Sorry, you have an LCD on the right, which forms like our board, and then you have this microcontroller. So all we want to do is to have the microcontroller, once we start it off, to be able to display some words here. So if I run this, I should be able to see hello Wokwi and a counter. I can also be able to change what's there. For example, let me just change this and say hello Raphael, and you can restart that, and that will display that. So the documentation gives you examples that you can work with. And furthermore, if you come to the diagram reference, it will list for you all the components that you can attach to your microcontroller and how each one of them functions. For example, I would want us to check one of them, which is called the DHT22, which is for checking digital humidity and a temperature sensor. For example, let's say you'd want to develop a solution that is for a greenhouse. would want to measure the humidity, the temperature, so that even as the users of that greenhouse, they can be able to keep the humidity and temperature in check. So if you click on it here, so this is what you have, and of course you have the description of what the various pins actually do. Again, you'll be able to see some examples of how to simulate that. For example, a DHT22 on an ESP32 microcontroller, and here it is. You can see the DHT sensor and the microcontroller. All right, so that is the first step of how to working with Wokwi and understanding the various components that you can use on Wokwi. So we'll continue this in the second part of this video. So please make sure that you have gone through the second video. Thank you.